Hello and welcome, folks. We're so glad you're here with us. This is the last day of our hosting you all for Justice Week here on the Daily Antidote of Song. I'm Sandy O from Emma's Revolution.
And I'm Pat Humphreys.
And it's been an amazing week. We've been loving seeing you all. And we like to, so first of all, this is the Daily Antidote of Song. It's been going on for over a year now. When they say daily, they mean it. And you've got a wonderful group hosting you next week. That's Village Harmony starting tomorrow. And one of the wonderful traditions of this community is to say hello to everyone. And because we're singers, we like to sing hello to everyone. And for those of you who've been joining us this week, you know we've cycled through a number of hello songs, and we're gonna end this week with my tried and true one that has the part for you to sing hello, 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 hello. So here, let me go over some of the parts that you have an option to sing. There's a percussion part. Doom da, doom doom da, doom da, doom doom da, doom da, doom doom da, doom. And you can always go doom 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 da. Right? There's also a part that you can has more of a melody. Thank you, Pat, for keeping that part. It goes do 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 do, something like that. I think do. Yep. Or you can put them together. Do da do do da do da do do da. Do that, and I think that's what you were doing before. Do hello, 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 and the hello part comes at the ends. Okay, so here we go. This is how we do it. Kick it off for me, people. Boom, bop, boom, boom, ba, ba, doom, ba, doom, doom, ba, ba, doom, ba, doom, doom, ba, ba, doom. Hello, 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 hello. Let's start right there up in the corner with JoJo. She's been our host for all of this daily antidoting. Let's say hello. Hello, 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 hello. Erin is working the tech behind the scenes. Maybe we'll see her face today. You never know. We say hello to Erin. Hello, 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 hello. For our last day here as your Justice Week host, we've got a friend of ours. She's a powerful singer. You're gonna love her. You're gonna respect the work she does. Hello to Yara. Hello, hello. There's Aloysius and Delia and Deborah. There's Dan in Vienna, Virginia. There's Becky and Hoda. Let's say hello, 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 hello. Susan in Cincinnati and Ellen, our friend from Vets for Peace and all sorts of activism around Baltimore. Let's say hello, 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 hello. I see Larry next from Village Harmony. They're leading the song week. Coming up now, gonna start tomorrow. Let's say hello, 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 hello. Kate is at home in Virginia, and Julie is here, and Phoebe's here, and Christiana and Bob, and there's Kevin waving to you, and we say hello, 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 hello. Carol J in Connecticut, Cricket over there, Siobhan, Isabel, Annette, and Martha, and Rada over in Massachusetts. Hello, 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 hello. Dennis and Arlene, Sarah and Doug, Sue and Bonnie and Trish and Caroline, Susan and Carolyn and Jamie and Luda. Let's say hello, 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 hello. Moria and Darren and Toby and Sid and Sandy and Nancy and Lynn and Ella and Brian. And let's say hello, 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 hello. There's Jim. I remember you singing, Jim. Such a beautiful spirit, such a beautiful voice. It's lovely to see you. And let's say together hello, hello, hello. You're in New York, Rada. I see it now. Nancy and Gladys and Kathy in Virginia. And let's see who else haven't I sung for yet. So many names. Susan and Shirley and people that have braids. I love it. it. There's Jody and Denise and Jane and Silver Spring and Tom and Victoria and Tukey and Gary and Anna and Natalie and Ida and Whitby and Busy Graham. You know, we think we got everybody. Maybe there's Nancy in Vermont. Maybe there's someone else who's coming in the room. And did we say hello to Facebook yet? We're here with Facebook. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. So, okay, that'll be the end. Thank you for participating and singing hello with us the whole week. It's been a real treat. And we do want to take a moment to introduce you to this fabulous guest who's going to close out this week with us.
We are so excited to have the opportunity to bring to you Yara Allen. We know that you have probably sung some of her songs. I think Reggie Harris brought one of her songs to you before. But she is part of this really powerful movement, Repairers of the Breach, that are working with the, about Reverend Reverend Dr. William Barber and the Moral Mondays and the campaign, People's Campaign, Poor People's Campaign. Good heavens, where am I?
It's morning here.
I am still waking up here in California. That's where it is. The Poor People's Campaign, and they were just yesterday in Elizabeth City, in North Carolina, and they are now working to pressure Joe Manchin to do the right thing on the voting rights bill, and you will hear more about that. But in the meantime, Yara Allen is a spectacular songwriter and singer. She was an artist in residence at the
Auburn Seminary.
Auburn Seminary in New York City, and has received numerous accolades for her incredible songwriting and song leading. She's a powerful force. Calls herself a theomusicologist, which I think is such a great title for this incredibly beautiful song leadership that she does within the Poor People's Campaign. So please welcome her with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And hello, everybody. I am so happy to be here. I promise you, I will never say hello to anybody the same way again after that. I'm going to sing hello from now on. So I am super excited to be here. And just to know that there's a community of people, of beautiful singing souls that gather every day, that makes me feel good. Even if I can't make it, I know that the music is permeating the air and that truth is being spoken to the powers that be. I am excited about it. Before we sing, so I just want to share with you the power of the organizations that came together just briefly before we do the song. If you know of Reverend Dr., and I'm sure most of you do, Reverend Dr. Liz Theo Harris, who is with Kairos in New York, and then Reverend Barber with Repairers of the Breach. And the two sort of clashed in a beautiful way and formed the Poor People's Campaign, a national call for moral revival. So there was the connection to that is that the Poor People's Campaign came out of the 15 plus years of work that Dr. Theo Harris was doing. And then the National Call for Moral Revival came out of the Repairers of the Breaches work, and they joined together. And so it's a wonderful connection. And we sing a lot. We sing a lot. We sing for everything. We sing for meetings and you name it, there's a song for it. And the song, so do I go ahead? I want to go ahead and share the song. Okay. So the song that I'm going to share now is called Somebody's Hurting My Brother. And I do want to say before we sing this, that we are very sensitive to identity. And so we've had this question about the song. Why is the song called Somebody's Hurting My Brother? Why is it named that? And we'll talk about that just a little later. But first of all, I want us to think of the brotherhood, humanity, that kind of thing. But as I said, we'll explain more. And the answer is really in how the song was created. So for now, if you will go with us on that, and we're going to sing Somebody's Hurting My Brother. You can see the lyrics. And because this song morphs everywhere it goes, it's like barbecue. It changes. If you go to Texas, barbecue is not what barbecue is in North Carolina, right? It's a whole different thing. And that's what we want the song to do. The words are, somebody's hurting my brother and it's gone on. And your response is, far too long. Yes, it's gone on. Of course, call and response. Far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Somebody's hurting my brother and it's gone on far too long. And that last line, everybody comes in, and we won't be silent anymore. Okay. So I'm going to give you what we call the choir rehearsal version before we actually go out on stage. And it is, oh, somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. I tell you, it's gone on far too long. Oh, somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Okay. Now, because my daddy gave me this really deep bass, I like to call it bass. True bass and say I'm not. But my daddy gave me low registry, so I can kind of falsetto what the soprano should be. But because you're all gifted singers, I got a feeling that you know where you are already. All right. So you want to try it? Okay, I think we're ready. I think so. All right. Oh, so wait a minute. Let me tell you about this thing that happens whenever I teach a song or I rehearse a song. Once I get the mic, I never sing it in the same key. And it frustrates the daylights out of musicians. So now they ask, what keys are we going to sing this in? All right, here we go. Oh, somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. I tell you, it's gone on far too long. Oh, somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Oh, somebody's hurting my sister, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. I tell you, it's gone on far too long. Oh, somebody's hurting my sister, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Have you heard somebody's hurting our children, and it's gone on far too long? Yes, it's gone on. I tell you, it's gone on. Oh, somebody's hurting our children, and it's gone on. And we won't be silent anymore. Oh, somebody's poisoning the water, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. I tell you, it's gone on far too long. Oh, somebody's poisoning the water, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Well, if we've been just a little too quiet, you know it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. I tell you, it's gone on far too long. Oh, if we've been just a little too quiet. You know it's gone on. And we won't be silent anymore. Oh, and we won't be silent anymore. Oh, we won't be silent anymore. And we won't be silent anymore.
Ah,
Wow. Yes.
such a great song. It's so great to hear you sing it, though.
Thank
What
you. Thank
so
you.
beautiful. Thank you so much, Yara.
It's so powerful. Such a powerful song. And
Hmm.
Carolyn wrote in the chat, sing softly and carry a big stick. Which I think you're singing powerfully and carrying. You want to tell us about
It is
that?
my
What? Tell us about that.
This is my trusted rain stick that I got when I was in DC a few years back. A friend of mine, I was traveling with a friend, and he says, when you sing, you stomp and you clap, and that's good. He said, but what if you had something that you can take around to shake? So we went in looking for a small rain stick. Probably not. This is what called me from the rack. And I just decided, okay, you need a home. I have a place for you. And so I was thinking of the background noise, and I didn't want to shake it, because there's all that.
Yeah.
So I just use it to keep myself on rhythm.
Oh, love it though.
That's
And it made
beautiful.
me, I don't know if you know Melanie Demore, who sings with the Gullah Sticks.
Mhm.
So I thought, oh, I
Hmm.
wonder if that's what you were doing. That's fantastic.
My
Um,
family are the Gullah people. They're from the Low Country. Yeah, yeah. So I'm
yeah.
very familiar with that whole culture. Love
Oh,
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
yes.
wonderful.
Mhm.
Well, that song is so powerful. And tell us a little bit about how, why it came to you, why you wrote it, and how you use music in the activism that you do.
Okay. So you mentioned Moral Mondays,
Hmm.
and which started back in 2013 in North Carolina. And as Reverend Barber said, he tells this story that it was only supposed to be one day. They wanted to make a point. And after that one day, it was like, okay, well, now they arrested us. We got to come back. And it just rolled over into this amazing thing. During the Moral Mondays, while we were doing the North Carolina tour, Duke Energy was right in the throes of this clash with communities for dumping coal ash into poor Black and Brown communities. And one particular day, we were in a rally in Greenville. And so we were on this high note, we shall not be moved out. So I was in that frame of mind after going to a couple of rallies. And we were on our way to Stokes County in Western North Carolina, where they really had some of the worst effects that I've seen from coal ash. And there was a town hall meeting. We walked into the town hall meeting, and you could almost feel the pain in the air.
Mm.
There were people there who were testifying about the effects of coal ash on their bodies. And one little boy in particular just pulled at my heartstrings. He was 14 years old, and he was in remission. And I was sitting there thinking, 14-year-olds should be out skateboarding and bike riding, drawing, singing, hanging out with friends, not being in remission. Um, One lady stood up to tell how it impacted her, and you could see that her whole left side was withering away.
Mm.
She since passed away, and her daughter now has those same symptoms. So while we're sitting there, Reverend Barbara looked back at me and requested that I close with a song. I, again, was in We Shall Not Be Moved mode. That wasn't the appropriate song. And I was trying to really feel the room. I couldn't get anything until it was time to stand up. And I walked to the microphone, and just open my mouth, scared because I wanted to be in as close solidarity with the people. I didn't want to be inappropriate in the song. So I kind of left it to the universe to do what it does. And this song popped in my head and I just went with it.
Yeah.
When it was over, um, one of the attorneys traveling with us said, Yara, that one's nice. I've never heard that. And I said, neither have I. I don't know. But since then, it's moved around. And we ask people, take the song and apply the lyrics that are appropriate to your struggle. And we've heard all kinds of lyrics. In fact, the lyric, the verse that says, if we've been just a little too quiet, actually came from Matthew David Morris. I don't know if you know of him, but amazing. Please connect with him. He is now in Ohio, I believe, but I'll make sure that you're connected. Beautiful. And if you've ever heard us sing that song, When We Lift from the Bottom, everybody rises.
Nice.
He was there in DC the same time you
That's
all were
what I
there.
wondered. So we did hear him
Guitar player.
On the
Yeah.
guitar.
He's
Exactly.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Right,
remember
right.
him. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was great.
Right. So when I mentioned at the beginning that we're very sensitive to how everybody is identified, those lyrics came out of looking at father who was up there talking, and I'm thinking of these lyrics. Somebody's hurting my brother. He's hurting, and then the mother there with and so they were written with these people in mind. But we also say somebody's hurting my family, and we want to believe that that covers everybody. Somebody's hurting our families. And so there's some interesting lyrics that come out of it. And I'm always happy to hear how it sounds in Kentucky with the banjos. And then, how it sounds in El Paso. And it always takes on a different flavor.
Yeah, that is an awesome thing to hear about. Just that your song gets used and that's what you want it to do,
Definitely.
and it gets used for justice, which is what you do in your life and your work. You want to tell us about theomusicologist and that term, because I don't think many
That's
of us
beautiful.
have heard of it,
I
and
love
it's
that.
really beautiful.
That term, I would love to take credit for it, but I can't. It actually comes from John Michael Spencer, who is a brilliant teacher, author, you name it, he is. And he wrote several books, and he's mentioning theomusicology, which pretty much it's a discipline, and there's a whole thing to it academically, but then there's the artistic piece that we have licensed ourselves with his blessings to apply to the movement. And pretty much we break down the word, the theo part, which means having values and morals and godly principles, and then the musicology, the study of music. And we say all the time in this moral fusion movement that it's not about one religion. The fusion brings everybody together. Nice. And so that theo part is the part that says, what is the goodness that we all bring? What good can we pull from everybody's experience, so that we're not just singing about our own experience? So then we start to pretty much study and really take time to figure out the cultures and the practices. And let's talk about how you use music. And that's what we're going to do. So as we go from place to place, if we're in Arizona with the Apaches, we take time to listen and to study their music and to understand, those lyrics and the beliefs behind those lyrics. And we do our best to incorporate them into what we do.
That's beautiful. I know we want to ask one more question, but we also have want to bring up a hello from, maybe you can spotlight our friend Reggie Harris, who's the one who brought this song to this group. I don't know. Do you know Reggie? He's in the room.
He's a dear friend of ours. We love him so
Reggie.
much. And we'd love for you to meet him if you haven't yet.
Have you all met? I hope you have.
I'm old now. And I see a lot of people, but you look familiar. You
It's
definitely
been a
look.
long, long time. We met actually in Albany, New York. We met a couple of times, but we met in Albany, New York, which is where I heard you sing this song. And
Oh,
Reverend Barbara spoke that night, and you did what you do, which is you prepared this very diverse and not skeptical, but disjointed crowd into an atmosphere where they could actually hear the message.
oh,
And
wow.
so it's wonderful to see you. And I've of course followed you over the course of the internet, and just watching you do what you do is why I dropped in here today. And I didn't know you were going to be here, but
Oh,
but I looked up and it was 12:13, and I said I need a blessing this morning. So I
goodness.
jumped on, and there you were. And
Thank
my
you for
friends Pat and
remembering us
Sandy,
fondly.
this is about as good as it gets.
Thank you so much for having that fond memory. Thank you.
I love that you just popped in, Reggie, kind of the way the song just
Yep.
was popped through,
Yeah.
Yara's voice when she needed it. That's amazing and lovely.
Well, that's such an amazing story. And the thing that really struck me was just your openness, your willingness in that moment to just let the spirit pass through you. And I think back to civil rights movement with the bus boycott, and I believe, had only planned to do that for one day.
Mhm.
So these one-day plans sometimes work out to be pretty powerful.
They do. Yes, they do. I only planned to get arrested one time. I didn't think.
What are you up to by now?
My mother said part of her bragging rights with her kids was, well, they've never been arrested, never mind all the other stuff, but they've never been. My sister and I were arrested on the same day, so that was a double whammy. And when it came out, of course, the paper came out the next day, and my face was the one of all those of 39 people. I'm there and I was singing, but to my mother, I was crying out in pain when she saw the picture. But yeah, so yeah, those one-time plans can turn into something.
Well, could you tell us about what's going on in North Carolina, and then what's happening tomorrow? And then we want to sing a little bit more. We know we're running a little long, but we wouldn't want to miss any of this.
Yeah,
This is so beautiful.
This is so sweet.
Okay. Yeah. So in North Carolina, first of all, we have to acknowledge Andrew Brown. We were in Elizabeth City yesterday with these amazing people who are marching every day. They're rallying every day. Yesterday made 53 days that they've been there, rain, shine, sunshine. They're there. It was cold when they started. And every day at 5:30, weekends on Saturday, they're there 11 o'clock in the morning, and then 1 o'clock on Sunday. And yesterday, what really moved me the most was I kept hearing this little voice that said, and this is what it sounded like, and I've heard it through the night: say his name, say his name. And it was almost like some sort of melody. And I'm saying, surely that's not an adult. And I looked, and there was this little child. The bullhorn looked half his size, and he's holding it and he's chanting. But when I got close to him, I saw the tears running. But he stayed right there with say his name, say his name. And it just moved me. It moved me. So yeah, they're calling for transparency because they don't have it. They're calling for an end to harassment from the local police. They don't have protection from that. Protesters are being harassed. One was hit with a vehicle. And she still came out yesterday and attended the rally. One of the protesters walked into her office to find a dead black rat on her desk. And she was told, oh, I missed your reaction. And there was this giggle around it. Wow. And who was she going to report it to? Because they were all in on it. Yeah. And they several people say that police ride by and tell them, we're too busy doctoring the footage to help you. We can't come to your neighborhood because we're too busy doctoring the footage. And you know, and this is the claim, and so they're leaning into that and harassing people. So aside from those constant battles, we leave Wednesday to go to Virginia for another rally, and it just seems like it's all too much. You know, it's all too much. Calling for justice for a family whose loved one was taken unjustly.
Yeah.
So the other constant struggle is that we are calling on our legislators to enact the resolution, this wonderful resolution that pretty much lays out the plan for how we can heal the nation, how we can address poverty through the 5 interlocking injustices. How can we lift people? We've given the legislators the plan, and it calls for a 3rd Reconstruction. And so that's what we're promoting right now. And on the 21st, we are going to meet in Raleigh, North Carolina, for a Poor Peoples and Low Wage Workers National March. And this is going to be a hybrid march done safely in person. And then, of course, you'll be able to join online. And so, yeah, we're just pretty much calling for that 3rd Reconstruction and the enactment of this resolution. And then from the 21st to next year in June, we'll have 365 days of action.
Nice.
So
Wow.
yeah, and so and we're looking at 40 states, over 40 states who've joined us, and over 200 partners and thousands of clergy and
Oops. She's gonna come back. Let's will her back
Yes.
into the space. But if it doesn't happen, we'll tell you that you can get in touch with Poor People's Campaign and you can join Repairers of the Breach and be part of these actions. It may be
against against police violence, and also supporting the Voting Rights Act and various kinds of legislation that they're putting forth to raise up poor people.
Yeah, so please get involved. And Reg, since if you don't mind, would you come up and lead the verse so that we can sing a song out, and we'll just have to give love to Yara when she gets the internet back.
Oh, what a beautiful, amazing spirit she has, and what a powerful message. Yeah, somebody's been killing our children, and it's gone on much too long. Hey, it's gone on much too long. Well, it's gone on much too long. Well, somebody's been killing our children, and it's gone on much too long, and we won't be silent anymore.
Yes, so much.
Yeah, I hope we're able to get Yara back, but thank you so much for standing in there, and and being the amazing song leader and educator and dear friend that you are. It's always so great to see your face. My God, we love you.
All right, folks. Well, thanks so much, Reg. I think what we will do is turn it back over to Joe to sing, say hello or say goodbye, whatever word we're up to today. I think the word is goodbye. And we want to say before we turn it over to Joe, just that it's been a pleasure to be with you this week. And we do have concerts and workshops and things coming up. Reggie and I are going to be in a concert in July 22nd. We've got a concert with Pat, and I have a concert with Chris Matthews and Gina Forsyth on June 27th, and we've got weekly things that happen. So if Joe doesn't show up, I'm going to do the goodbyes. I don't know about singing them, but let's see.
I'm right here.
Oh, you're here. Yeah, hi. Great, go for it.
Goodbyes. That would have been amazing. I should have stayed quiet. So thank you. That was completely and amazing and beautiful. And even though Yara is not in the room right now, I think we should all give her an enormous big shout out of thanks for being here, and hopefully she can see all of our thanks on Facebook Live later. Thank you, Yara. And I want to mention that among the many things Pat and Sandy are going to be doing, they will also be in our community sing on the 21st. So please join us there for some more Pat and Sandy. Now let's all show Pat and Sandy how much we loved their week, because we won't tell them right now because they just had to wake up like at 9 o'clock every day this week, but maybe we'll tell them later that we want to have them come back and do another week sometime after they get some rest. So thank you so much, so much, so much, gang. It was really beautiful and amazing. The singing hellos, this getting to spend this kind of deeper, more connected time with you was amazing. And I'm so, so happy that you did this. Thank you so much. And I also want to thank Reggie for also jumping in. It's not early where he is, so he's no excuse, but he didn't get to warm up his voice, so he did a fabulous job. Thank you. Thank you so much, Reggie. All right, and I'm going to say thank you and goodbye to everybody out there on Facebook Live. Please do join us this coming.
Hey, Joe, I'm just going to interrupt to say that I think Yara is back, so at least
really?
maybe we can
Oh,
just see if we
yeah.
can see her face and,
see if we
give
can
her
bring
some
her in.
love before we
I'm co-hosting Yara. See if we can pull her up. Yara, are you here?
I am. How rude of me to leave it like that. I'm sorry, we had a little technical issue.
It's okay.
no problem.
We understand. That's how it goes.
We had Reggie sing a verse so that we had the sound, but we wanted to see your face and hear your voice and let you know that we are so grateful. Everybody here just was loving what you were doing, and we're so thankful for your deep work in the world. We hope folks will get involved and support the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you, Reggie.
You'll be able to see him sing it actually on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
There is.
Okay, great.
It's recorded, so it will show up again, so you'll be able to see.
Wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much.
In case Yara doesn't have enough time to go back and see our thanks on Facebook Live, let's all do it again while she's here. Yara, we loved singing with you, and we do hope you'll sing with us again sometime in our second year of being in this room singing together. Thank you again, everybody. Yara, Reggie, Pat, and Sandy. Thank you, Aaron, for running the tech today. Thank you, Facebook Live, for joining us. We're going to say goodbye to everybody on Facebook Live. Everybody help me say ciao, ciao. See you all tomorrow. Oh, I was saying, please join us this coming week. We're going to have a partner week with Village Harmony. Larry, who is in the room with us right now, is going to be, Larry Gordon Marshfield, sorry, is going to be in the room with us all week. As well as lots of singers from Village Harmony. We're going to have most days multiple voices singing to us at the same time, i.e. harmonies will be in the house. So they don't say Village Harmony for nothing. So join us, please, all week. There's already a flyer that'll be posted on Facebook, and it's already in the email. Please get it around and tell people to join us. And thank you again, Facebook. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.